time or what?
Oh,
yes. Did y'all love your ladies?
Yes.
Do you love what your mind is doing?
Yes.
Am I feeding your soul?
Yes.
I know that's right.
Yes.
Okay, now I bought you guys a couple of gifts. I need for you guys to open up those mirrors. Okay? And while you're opening it up, Miss Marjorie spoke about esteem. And as soon as you open that mirror up, I need for you to slap the first person you see.
Oh, stop.
Bam! And tell them, I got self-esteem. Okay? I got it. Okay? Slap them.
No, I can't.
Back.
got self-esteem.
There you go. That's right. Self-esteem. That's right. There you go.
I love it. I feel the goddess in me.
There you go. Awesome. Awesome. So now we're going to carry it on. We're going to give a little entertainment today. All right? We have an amazing young lady. This is another young lady. I met at the club, y'all. I met at the club. I spent a little time at the club. I don't know where Miss Baby Love is, but I'll be spending time at the club with her. Okay? Because she has a production that goes on in there. And I would like to introduce to you Miss Kima. Kevin, are we ready? Okay, baby, take it away. I love you.
All right, my name is Keena McQueen. I just wanted to tell you guys just a little bit about myself because this was very empowering. Just a little bit about who I am. I am a recording artist. I'm originally from Germany. My parents were in the military. I grew up in Louisiana and North Carolina, and I'm a veteran from the military as well, from the Air Force.
All right.
Yeah, big ups to the veterans.
And but one of the major things I would just say, just to cut it short, about 2 years ago, I was up to try to get a record deal, and I went to an album release party for myself. And that same night, I come back, and a couple of my friends, or so-called friends, someone placed roofie in my drink. And then from there, someone slept with me. I had got pregnant. They had given me an STD. Luckily, it was something curable. And unfortunately, I did have an abortion just because I couldn't just deal with it. After that, I had became homeless. Within that time, though, I had got a job. I had got 2 jobs. I was a server and a chef. And I paid $400 a week just to stay off the streets. And in the midst of all that, there was a man that was involved, just to let you know. I wasn't going through this just on my own. And but I lost everything again. And the only person that was there to help me at that time, my mother and everybody was there as well, but my father. And my father came into my life. We hadn't been talking for some years. And my father's a pastor in Louisiana. And he allowed me to come into his home. And from that point, within a month and a half, I had I don't know what happened, but I had got one of my songs on the radio. I had impressed some people so much they gave me an angel investment. And so I came to Philadelphia about 2 years ago, and I have my own development firm called Hood Stock Development. I'm not homeless anymore. I'm
Entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur now. And
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
and I have right now I'm working on my project. It's called Tears of Joy.
Yeah.
And I'll be performing one of the singles that'll be coming out tonight, but next week actually. So y'all ready?
Wonderful.
Ready.
Wonderful.
All right.
Survivor.
Bring your love to me. Bring your love to me. I can see it standing over there. Wanted to come and talk to me. Oh. Hey, let me tell you that I'm thinking the same. I've been wanting to come and talk to you, yo. Why don't we just meet each other halfway? Snapping my fingers, twiddling my thumbs. I don't know what to say, damn, I feel dumb. I don't know how to approach you. What should I say, what should I do? My name is Keena, I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina's where I live. I've been watching you since you came through the door. Yeah. Wanted to come and talk to me. talk to you, yo. Why don't we just meet each other halfway? Gotta get my game tight, gotta get my thoughts tight, 'cause I'm taking you home with me tonight. You're looking so good to me. I hope it's more than what my eyes see. I got that sexy smile and those nice ass lips, make me wanna, gotta skip to the next subject. My head's in the clouds, I don't know what to do now. Oh, wanted to come and talk to me, oh, hey, ooh. I've been wanting to come and talk to you, yo, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come and talk to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Why don't we just meet each other halfway? Da 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 da. Da da. Hey. Da da. Da da. Da da. I've been watching you for a while.
All right. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And I know you like what you see.
Oh.
Come a little closer to me.
Oh, that's the goddess in you. That's the Leo in you, girl.
All right, where are my OGs at?
Right here, right here.
Where are all my originals? Where are my ladies that's been working hard, paying bills, taking care of kids, doing what I got, taking all this? Give it to me, Kevin, because I'm hyped now. Yeah. Here we go. Put y'all G's up. All right. You act too funny as if you don't know me. Go and ask somebody, they gon' tell you about me. You walk around and got a problem with me. Go and ask my mama, she gon' tell you about me. Checking how I walk, peeping how I talk, looking at my resume, they gon' tell you I'm a boss. You ask around, they gonna tell you about me. I've been working hard, I'm a real OG. Stop, wait a minute, let me put my thing in it. By the way, I like to shine, you gon' know I came to kill it. I just had to take this time to explain my main vision. I've been wasting too much time with these lames who ain't winning. I've been working like a fool, I've been barking like a dog. If you're hungry, come and get it, 'cause we eat like some hogs and you know we stay ready, 'cause we ride so heavy. You act too funny as if you don't know me. Go and ask somebody, they gon' tell you about me. You walk around and got a problem with me. Go and ask my mama, she gon' tell you about me. Checking how I walk, peeping how I talk, looking at my resume, they gon' tell you I'm a boss. You ask around, they gonna tell you about me. I've been working hard, I'm a real OG. Can you explain it and tell me why do you feel this way? When you see me, make sure that you stay out my way. I'm not a killer, don't push me and make me change my ways. I'm just trying to be real, I didn't come to play. Can it be good on this paper chase? Get a happy meal, I'm trying to make a way. I got real love, but you're gonna make it fade. Shout out to my real ones, we gon' keep it anyway. You act funny as if you don't know me. Go and ask somebody, they gon' tell you about me. You walk around, got a problem with me. Go Go and ask my mama, she gon' tell you about me. Checking how I walk, peeping how I talk, looking at my resume, gon' tell you I'm about. You ask around me, gonna tell you about me. I've been working hard, I'm a real OG. Where my OG?
All right now.
Go and ask somebody, they gon' tell you about me. Hey, hey,
Hey.
go and ask my mama, she gon' tell you about me. You acting funny as if you don't know me. Go and ask somebody, they gon' tell you about me. You walk around, got a problem with me. Go and ask my mama, she gon' tell you about me. Checking how I walk, peeping how I talk, looking at my resume, gon' tell you I'm a boss. You ask around, they gonna tell you about me. I've been working hard, I'm a real OG.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is Keith McQueen. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud. The name is KEYNAMCQUEEN. Keenan McQueen. And next week, hopefully Lord's will, I'll be dropping that single OG. So y'all be looking out for it, okay? And that's my time. Good. Thank you, ladies.
Wonderful.
Give it up! Woo! Give it up! Give it up! Give it up! Woo! 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 All right, we're having a good time up here, but I just needed to hear myself. That's what I was checking. I was checking. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, but give it up for Miss McQueen. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. She even had a story to share. So don't feel bad, guys. We're not in this alone. We just got to know we will get what they say. We will get hit. It's not how hard you can get hit. It's how hard you can get hit and get up.
And get back up.
That's all it is. Okay. So sometimes we need to get hit. Okay. In order to know what's on the other side. Because sometimes we need to come up out of our comfort zone. All right? All right. So I know a whole lot of us is out of our comfort zone right about now. You ain't smiling because it's probably you. I got y'all. But anyway, I want to thank you, Keeman. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you, girl. And you guys have another. We have heard from this young lady. Her name is Ruby Collins. She's also an entertainer. Ruby, you ready for us, baby?
My BFFs.
All right, give it up for Ruby Collins.
Ruby Collins, y'all. Ruby.
Okay. Yeah, she did say that she sings.
And plays five instruments.
Plays 5 instruments.
And is a music teacher with 3 sons. 3 men child.
Oh, she's multi.
God is good.
All
Those
the
are the
time.
gifts that He gives us that
All
we
the
use.
time.
Thank you. That's my biggest fan right there. That is my #1 fan right there.
What's her name?
Miss Basha Riddick.
All right,
That's my
you better brand it,
sister.
girl. You better brand
Basha
it.
Riddick. And I hope you guys are gonna check out her empowerment show. She got me hooked with that. So yes, Keena, man, I could hear you, listen to you all day long. I love your style. I love your energy. I love your tone and quality of your voice.
All right, cut. We gotta move your mic stand up a little bit more. Oh.
Yeah, I see that heel hanging off. Come on up closer.
Come up closer.
Move the whole mic stand forward. Don't do that. Use
Yeah.
that part. Move it forward from the bottom.
The bottom. Just move the whole mic.
Yeah, and then let
Maybe
Ruby move up.
Go back. Kevin, what you saying? I gotta get it.
Now Ruby, move up, Ruby. 'Cause I don't want you to fall back.
No, I got it now.
Thank you.
Because I might not look too pretty.
Okay. Okay, baby girl, give me your hand.
As
here.
pretty as you did.
Give me your hand, honey.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm just gonna make it quick.
I don't like the way this stand is. Right?
What'd you say?
That's good, right?
2, 3, yes.
Okay.
So when I was in Mexico to seek natural treatment and holistic treatment and using the things that they use out there to heal cancer, there was a pastor there and he had asked me to sing for the patients, including myself. Every day I'd come out and sing for them. He would encourage me. And so that was so, it made me feel good. So I'd bring my guitar and I'd come out and I'd sing for the patients and they enjoyed it and I enjoyed it, and it just gave me courage to keep moving forward with my treatment. There was a woman. Gonna stop? Because we forgot to plug this in. I'm sorry.
Where's your phone, Ruby?
I got it.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, good.
You said number 16?
Okay, good.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta plug that in.
Oh, you got it? Oh,
Yeah,
so
she got
very
it.
good song. Okay. Perfect. There you go.
There was a woman in the Bible days. She had been sick so very long. But she heard that Jesus was passing by, and so she joined in the gathering throng. While she was pushing her way through, someone asked her, "What are you trying to do?" She said, "If I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know I'll be made whole." And she cried, "Oh, oh, 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 oh." And she cried, she said, "If I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know I'll be made whole." Well, she spent her money here and there until she had no more to spare. The doctors, they done all they could, but their medicines could do no good. While the Savior, he didn't see, he cried, someone touch me." She said, "It was I who just touched the hem of your garment. Now I know I'll be made whole." And she cried, "Oh, oh, 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 oh." She cried, "Oh, oh, oh." She said, "It was I who just touched the hem of your garment. Now I know I'll be made whole."
Amen.
Then there was this other song that this artist who came out with a song, and it was just amazing. It was just so beautiful, and it resonated with me listening to the words of the song. And well, take a listen yourself. It's a beautiful song. I'm just gonna do a piece of it though. You're broken down and tired, living life in a merry-go-round, and you can't fight the fighter. I see it, so we're gonna walk it out and woo.
gonna walk it out and move mountains. I hear you. We're gonna walk it out. And I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. You can sing along. Unafraid, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. Let's do that again. I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you. For you. For you. One more time, I'll rise up. I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again for you.
Thank you.
That's my
Thank you.
baby.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We having a good time right now? No, are we having a good time? That's what's up. Yes. That's right. We can all come together and have a good time. Yes, we can. Okay, now that Miss Ruby Collins is getting up on out of here, I have another amazing lady. Another amazing lady that has just been, oh my God. She's changed my life with some of the things that she have done. She've even inspired some of this to happen. She don't know it, but it has. She also had me thinking of doing something in the summertime to inspire other women. I'm not going to tell you her story because I want her to tell it to you. She tells it better anyway. Okay? Ladies, put your hands together and help me welcome Miss Cynthia Turner!
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hi, ladies. Oh, y'all look good. Listen, now, just real quick. I know y'all like salad, right? You put green peppers in it. You put yellow peppers in it. You put bell peppers in it. But there's nothing like Ernie peppers. So just on that little note, y'all, right? Just on that little note. Excuse me, Miss Peppers. Excuse me, Miss Peppers. Excuse me, Miss Peppers.
Oh, these are for me?
These are a rose for a rose. And I just want to present them to you and say thank you, because since I met you, like, you've been instilling in me motivation to move on and do some stuff, and you've been having me on the set, on the stage, and, you know, thank you. I love you a whole lot.
Oh, thank you. Here we go.
Nice.
Show us the flowers.
Show us the
Okay, wait, no, you didn't do it.
Okay, look, come on. I only got a half an hour up here.
There you go.
Miss America style.
Miss Peppers, look over here. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Love you.
Watch your step.
Okay, so here we go. My name is Cynthia. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I'm the baby out of 13. A twin died at 5 months old. I was premature. They thought I was going to die, and 3 months later, but I'm here 55 years later, right? I have two older sons. One is deceased, and I have an older son who's 39. College graduate, and that was my goal. I wanted to be a college graduate because I dropped out in junior high school. I got pregnant at the age of 15, and my goal was to have a high school diploma. And as my son started getting older, I used to regret not having a high school diploma because all my friends had high school diplomas except me, right? So I made it my business to go back to school and get my high school diploma. From my high school diploma, I got a college degree. From my college degree, I got a BA. From my BA, I got a nursing registry license. So I served the homeless. I worked with the homeless population for 15 years, and now I'm back into nursing, and I just love it. My dream and goal as an author wasn't coming to a fruition until tragedy had struck my life. And my youngest son was murdered at 31. And I thought that my life was over. You know, the young lady talked about the transition and growing and learning and making plans and doing some stuff and enhancing your life and being successful. But when the storm comes, what do you do? So, I'm here to tell you ladies, right? Like, no matter what, right? We can get through stuff. You know, even in our darkest hour, there's some light somewhere inside of us because we may not be able to see it then, but it shall come into fruition no matter what, right? I've been married and divorced, married again, divorced again. Married and divorced again, right? They say 3 strikes you're out. I don't believe in that because it wasn't him. It was who I picked. It was me picking you. So I choose not to pick anymore because I wanted to make him a husband before God made him a man. So in the process of that, loving him and losing me had became my forte, right? And I was with this individual 5 years prior to my son being murdered, and a month later he walked out of my life when I needed him the most. I was distorted, emotionally unbalanced. I wanted to commit suicide. I wanted to commit homicide. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I lost weight. My hair fell out. I looked like, I don't know what I looked like, but I didn't look like me, right? So I need to tell you, like, God is so good, right? Amen. No matter how far I went down, he always pulled me back up. And he said, Cynthia, let me tell you something. I ain't pulling you up for you. I'm pulling you up for somebody else. So in the midst of that, I thought I was in isolation, but I was in solitude and didn't even know it. And out of that solitude came this book called Loving Him and Losing Me. It talks about the transition when my son was murdered, putting back the pieces of my life together, all alone, in the dark, not knowing where to go, what to do. Didn't like you, didn't like me. My house was dirty. My house was funky. I was wearing dirty drawers. I wasn't washing no dishes. I was eating like a rat in the hole. I lost weight. I was, I think, 89 pounds. And it took me 6 months to write this book. 6 months. And I wrote it in the midst of all the pain and triumph that I was going through. So God will do exactly what he says he will do. This book has actually made a 5-star, been in Barnes & Noble. I have a book in Barnes & Nobles. Me, like where I came from, right? And I was upset because it was in there for 4 years. They took it down last month. I was like, wait a minute, I want to hold on. Because somebody called me and said, Cynthia, where's the book? I'm looking for it. I said, girl, you must be on the wrong page. You got the wrong Cynthia Turner because it's in there. But they took it down this year. And it's okay because it made it to Barnes & Nobles. That I was loving him and losing me. Because the man that I had in my life, I was definitely loving him more than I was loving myself. But not today. The transition from the brave road, from being independent, a strong woman, strong mother, encouraging, motivating, now I'm enthusiastic. I had to travel a brave road because I wanted to die. Suicide sounded so good. And I thought, how would I do it? Would I jump in front of a train so it could be quick? Would I jump off a building? No, I'm scared of heights. I don't want to drown because I'm scared. Look, I ain't going too far in the ocean, right? Put one of them things on me like I can float. I wasn't going to have one of those either. I ain't got no gun. I know people who has guns. I ain't going to pull the trigger, so I was a chicken. I was a chicken trying to commit suicide. I thought of ways and means how to do it easy and quick. And there's no quick fix when you're in pain and want to commit suicide, and it seems like the only way out. But God says, I am sufficient. Yes. He said, I will sustain you. Yeah, baby. when I didn't believe. So then once again, 2 years later, I started to write again. And I wrote Brave Road. And Brave Road is a continuation of loving him and losing me, because I had to put you down, had to stop buying you clothes. I ain't paying your cell phone bill no more. I ain't giving you no more sex. I ain't doing none of that. So my Brave Road consisted of trusting God with everything. That means me and only me, not you. Yes, I know I can do stuff for other people. They can do stuff for me. But God says, when it's only me and you, what will you do? So I had to travel the Brave Road. That's why I made this cover. You see the road, it looks like it's going nowhere, but it's going everywhere at the same time. And my face down there tells me that I'm looking to God for everything.
That's right, baby.
That's what this means.
That's right.
And that's where that book came from.
That's right. Author. She's the author too.
Transition and opposition will make your life worth living. But you got to stand for something, else you will fall for anything. Right? So sometimes that's why I don't let little stuff bother me. Like, I remember having grudges and not liking people, and say hi to you, a smile on your face, and then talk behind your back. I don't do that anymore, because we need each other all the time. Long hair, short hair, no hair, glued in, sewed in, bobbed out, balled out, weaved out. It don't matter. Pink, yellow, orange, green, blue, France, Mexico, Europe, America, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., around the corner, down the block, in the hole. It don't matter. Projects, a house built on a hill. It don't matter. So what you got a poodle? I got a punk dog, and he will bite too.
Say that, baby. Say that, baby.
So that's where I'm at today, right? And I've learned how to, I got 8 sisters. 8. And I love to say it because my father was a Rolling Stone, right? So he got all these kids. I'm like, yeah. Like, if you look in his room, it couldn't even fill, the room couldn't fill my family, right? And I've learned how to love women because my sisters learned how to love me. Because I remember being jealous because I ain't had no breasts. I ain't like you. You got cleavage? Ugh. Because I was jealous. It wasn't that it was ugh. I didn't have any cleavage. Still don't. But I love you. I don't judge you. I'm not jealous. I'm like, yes. Let me tell you, I had this girl on the train the other day, and she was so pretty. And I'm not gay. No, I am strictly, okay? So I said, you are really pretty. And she looked at me, she said, thank you. Like nobody ever told her that before. So I'm glad I had told her that, because she really was. So we have to admire each other when it's due. It don't matter. You got some nice shoes on, girl. Where you get them shoes from, mom? Nuh-uh. I think she cute. Yeah, she is. You mad because you ain't got them. So stop hating. Stop talking about each other. Let's love and hug on each other, because that's where the strength comes in. So in the midst of my grieving heart, right? I remember on Facebook, because I was trying to find the individual who had murdered my son, because I had never saw him before. I didn't know who he was. And the detectives called me one day, and they told me to come to Philadelphia to, scratch that. To come to a place, and I could see him extradited. So I went to this place, and I looked at this individual in his face, and I was like, wow, that's the man that took the life of my son. But before that, I was on Facebook, and I was trying to make this fake page up, and I made a fake page up, and he accepted my friend request. Now, at this time, I know who he is, but he didn't know who I was, because I didn't even open my mouth in the court, because I didn't want him to know who I was, right? Silence is the lamb, right? And when you speak less, you know more. So I'm sitting in the courthouse, I'm looking and, scoping out his family and his mother and whoever else was with him. So we left. We got back to New York, and I did a page, and he befriended me like a month later. Now, I had your face, your breasts, your hair, your lips, and your eyes. So he didn't know who he was talking to. He befriended me. First, he started getting nasty and belligerent, so I ain't feed into it because I knew what I needed. I needed you to confess. Right. So I was cordial, and I was like, I'm sorry, why you got to go there? I'm just talking, I'm trying to be friends. This is social media. We trying to be friends. I'm trying to be friends with people. I'm new to this, had to be manipulative. So he finally befriended me. Spilled his guts how he killed my son. he told me how he killed my son.
Wow.
He said he was glad he killed my son, and it felt good. So mind you, instead of replying, I printed everything out. God said, print that out. You don't need to do nothing. Let me work for you.
That's right.
You ain't in control of nothing.
That's right.
No matter what you hear, what you see, what he doing, mind your business. I got you. I printed it out. I called the DA. I said, I got some information for you. They said, what is it, Miss Turner? Send it to us. Boom, 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 boom. Little did I know. Once they got this information, now I'm subject to be subpoenaed to be a witness in my own son's murder trial. So, at first I was excited. I'm like, yes, Lord. But I didn't know what to say. I didn't know this boy. I didn't know what to tell him. I don't know what kind of family he had. I didn't know where he lived at. I didn't know what kind of character. But when they started talking about him, he had a long history. Criminal activities. Assault, domestic violence, weapons, gun charge, fighting the cop. I'm like, what did my son do with this? What was he doing? That's the first thing I could think of. What was my son doing with this young man? My son, just like me, he'd pick you up, bring you to his house, feed you, buy you clothes, try to help you as best as he can, because that's who he was. And when my son got murdered, the month before, I had this feeling that somebody talked about in your gut that something ain't right. But I couldn't put my finger on it. But the Spirit was telling me something is about to happen, and it ain't good.
Yeah.
So it woke me up. And by my bed, I could see the moon. And I started talking. I said, Lord, Heavenly Father, whatever it is, just see me through it. Just take care of my children. That's all I could think of. I didn't know it was coming, but I felt something. Tell you, ladies, the Spirit don't lie.
That's right.
It don't have no conflict with the flesh. It'll tell you what it wants you to know. It's up to me to pay attention.
That's right. That's right.
So I started praying, right? Lord, Heavenly Father, what's going on? I, couldn't put my hand on it. So that following Thursday, my son called me, Tyrus, the one that's deceased. But he didn't know he had called me. The phone had rang, and I picked. I'm like, oh, hey, babe, how you doing? I was still laying in the bed. And all I could hear him was saying, yo, turn it that way, yo, turn it that way. Because he had bought a moving company. And he moved from New York. He was a top chef in where he moved to. And he said, Mom, I'm tired of cooking. He went from a busboy to a top chef in 2 years. College graduate, bought a house at 29. And the devil just snuffed my son out just like that. When I was 29, I was doing stuff unimaginable. So I was grateful to have a wonderful, loving, caring, strong, young black man who I could be proud of and say that was my son. So when he called me, he didn't know he had called me. So I picked up the phone, I'm talking to him, and he's doing what he's doing. So I hung up and I called back. I said, hi, baby, I love you. I heard you. I know you working because you didn't say nothing. I just heard you moving around or whatever you was doing. And I said, I just called to tell you I love you. When you get a chance, call me back. He said, I love you too, Ma. And I could just see his smile so bright and white. Light up the whole room. My son had this demeanor about him that nothing and nobody could take away from him. So he lives in me, through me. So the following month, I got a phone call from my niece sitting right there. And she said, now normally I knew something was wrong because she didn't say, hi, Auntie. Normally she said, hi, Auntie, how you doing? I love you, blah, blah. And then we started talking about whatever we were talking about. That wasn't the case. When I picked the phone up, she said, Auntie, when last time you talked to Tata? And I was like, what? I said, I just talked to him Tuesday. And this was Sunday. She said, Auntie, somebody put on Facebook in big bold letters, Ty is dead. And I was like, what? I was like, almost unbelievable, unimaginable. So I'm running because now I'm not on Facebook like that, right? So I just automatically started making phone calls to down south to find out what's going on, and couldn't get no help, couldn't get no answers. Now, mind you, my son is down there with his granddaughter. She's 6. With his daughter, my granddaughter. She's 6 at the time. And I went through the rigamajig. I had to find out tell him where he had a tattoo at, was colored eyes, his hair, how tall he was, what he looked like, his teeth, how many teeth missing. They needed to know that I was the mother claiming this boy. And come to find out, it was my son. And when they told me, they said, well, Miss Turner, Tyrus has expired. I fell to the floor. Packed my bags, flew me and my friends, went to Georgia. We got there the next morning. This was July 31st. I was in Georgia August 1st. Flew my son back the same day. His burial was August 9th. August 8th. And while in the trial, I had to look at this man laughing and smirking and acting like he got it going on, and yeah, I did this and I did that, because his record is long already, so it don't matter to him. He's twisted. The devil got him caught up. So now you got the ultimate authority, murder. But I refuse to lay down and die and let him get away with it. So once they got all this information, they extradited him back to where they need to extradite him back to. I took the stand, and to hear how he viciously stabbed my son, it was heartbreaking. And it was one stab wound. However, it pierced the heart and the liver. So he must have jugged my son really, really deep. And when I heard the DA explaining the extent of the injury, only God saw me through that.
That's right. Amen.
My 6-year-old granddaughter witnessed the whole entire experience. And at 8, she was a #1 witness in her own father's murder trial. And she did it. She was like, listen, let me tell you, if it wasn't for that little girl, I don't know if I would have made it, because she had the strength of a horse. She told the story like it was. She didn't forget anything, detail for detail. So I said I needed to be strong and do what I need to do as well. And I didn't look at the jury at all, because I don't need, because see, the truth don't need no defense. So I didn't look at the jury. I looked at the defendant as I spoke, said what I needed to say, and I didn't call him names and fight him and belittle him. I did none of that, because God says, if you trust in me, I will make sure justice is served, because vengeance is mine, said the Lord.
That's right. That's right. You know that.
And I listened, and I prayed, and I listened, and I prayed, and I cried, and I prayed. And I looked at him, and I said, I pray that God has mercy on your soul. Yeah. However, because this is a murder trial, and it's not peaches and cream, my heart is broken. My family is, everybody was just distorted. His brother was, forget it. That's another story I could tell y'all about. I could write another book about my oldest son. So when the judge said, before he even get the word life out of his mouth, I was already praising the Lord. Because when he said what he said to him, it was just what he needed to hear. You won't walk out. When I call the VIP number and I get information where he is, because I'm entitled to that, victim services, and they tell me, when I hear at the end of that voicemail, this individual will serve the rest of his natural born life in prison, I get a glorified vision. I don't get happy, because it can happen to anybody. It can happen to me. I could be protecting myself and I kill somebody, because they trying to hurt me. And I didn't mean to do it, but I ain't gonna let you hurt me neither. If I can help it, I'm gonna be in prison too. So I need to say, I pray for his soul. Listen, let me just get real. I ain't praying for his safety. I ain't praying for his mental capability. I ain't praying for him to get no job in the food chain, the laundromat. None of that. I don't care who drawers you washing. I ain't praying for none of that. I just say, Lord, have mercy on his soul.
Okay, Cynthia.
And whatever he go through, just see him through it.
That's big, baby. That's big, baby.
God knows I wanted to say some other stuff.
That's big, baby.
I wanted to say some other stuff. So my grieving heart It's a heart in the sky. As you can see it in the clouds.
Yes.
I give it to God.
That's right.
And that's what my grieving heart stands for. I'm giving it to God. And then I have my son on the back. Because he must live on.
That's right.
In and through me. That's right. So no matter whatever you go through, right? It will and it can get better. And if it don't get better, we'll be able to go through and be sustained. There's always power in prayer. There's always power in faith. There's always power in having peace. There's always power in unity. There's always power in forgiving.
Yes, baby.
So I had to forgive him in order to have some peace.
Baby.
My girlfriend right here supporting me tonight, she lost her son a year after mine. A year before mine. So we hold each other up because it's nothing like a grieving mother. And I cried about the man before. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Boo-hoo-hoo. I get past you. You know? Because look, it's good, right? I'm like holding on to you like you mine. I got into a relationship without his permission. I done gave you some. You mine already. I ain't doing that. So look, and I remember I was actually, I wasn't even in a relationship, right? Let me just be honest. I wasn't in a relationship. I was just having cover-up sex. I was having cover-up sex, make me feel good sex, forget about it sex, you know, morning, noon, and night sex. I don't want to feel this pain sex. And then when you got up, I'm like, oh, get out, hurry up. That's not how I want to live.
That's right.
So I started loving myself and staying away from you and you and you and you and you. Because, see, you look good, so I give you some. You had the money, but you ain't had no teeth, so I'll go eat dinner because I'm greedy. Right? So this is how I used to live in the midst of my pain. I didn't have no vision, no destination. I was just going.
No plan, just go.
Nowhere. So I had to stop and back up and think about what am I doing to people, even what am I doing to myself? Because when I hurt you, I hurt me more.
That's right.
So I had to get on my knees and pray and ask God to show me which way I need to go and prepare me for what's next in my life and help me motivate other women as well as men too, but women mostly because we are the heart barriers. The order to our heart is so sensitive, everything hurt us. Everything. Even when it feel good, it hurt. So we got to love and protect one another, my sisters.
That's right.
I got to put another C up here. Coffee, cupcakes, and conversation, Cynthia. Because we presenting women, empowering women. I had to get myself out the way. Because if I didn't get out the way, I was in your way and everybody else's way. And God said, if you want to do it your way, then you don't need me. Let me take my steering wheel back. Let me take my direction path back.
That's right.
Let me take my road map back. Let me take my healing back. Let me take my mental stability back. Let me take my emotions back and see what you're left with. That means I was spiritually bankrupt. So now I had to get up off my feet, ask for repentance, ask for forgiveness, ask God to show me the way. And he said, girl, you already know I know who you are. You ain't telling me nothing because you already know before we ask. But I still have to ask anyway for permission because God don't need me. I need him.
That's right.
So he picked me up and he brushed me off. But you didn't see no footprints. It was only one set and it wasn't mine. And then sooner or later, once he carried me where he needed me to go, you saw two more and they were mine. He said, get up, my child, stand up, go your way and help somebody else. So I come here to express love, joy, peace, happiness, tranquility, and all that good stuff that women have to offer. I don't care if they told you was ugly last month. Tell them I wasn't ugly last night.
You ain't ugly.
My feet was big today. Well, I got the same size shoe. I just need a wider one. You know, because sometimes you can wear a wide shoe. You can still wear 8, but you can wear the little skinny ones, right? It's an 8. And then you can wear the, these are 8. They wide, though, because I got fat feet in my little butt. But it's all good, though. So, I need to say, if you're traveling on a path, just know that God has your back. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, don't even matter what it tastes like, because I taste some stuff and I'm like, ooh. Right? Just know it's going to be all right. Right? Because it's like, you know, the chain that's been broken, he only break the pieces that don't need to be there. Because see, it's a chain that we have to keep going in order to get where we need to go.
Yes.
You know, I like to remind myself as Angela Mayo. She was an activist. She was a civil rights activist. She was a poet. She was a memoir. She was a strong woman. She left behind 2 husbands. You know, she was the bomb. She died at 86. She was born in Missouri, but she died in North Carolina for a cause. And she catered to women. She didn't say black women. She didn't say blue women. She didn't say white women. She didn't say brown. She said women. And they tried to ban her books because it was the truth. And she didn't want us to know the truth. But the truth is, we are stronger than we actually look and much stronger than we actually feel. So, ladies, no matter what, continue to let the strength shine in and through you so the whole world can see. Thanks, y'all. Let me share. I love you, Ernie. Thank you.
Powerful, baby.
Pepper ain't in here yet. Where Miss Pepper at? Oh, there go Miss Pepper. I love you. Oh, I forgot Miss Pepper just told me to tell you. I forgot. All right, Mike Revenhart. It was just published actually last week. They sent me the email. Yay! Hey! So just go to Lulu, Amazon, I think, and get that one. This one been out, what, 3 years now, Val? 3 years. You can go to me. That's self-published. Because once they show me how to self-publish, they won't get no more $500. So this was self-published. $10, girl. You go online, it's gonna be $20, but you can't get it online. It's self-published. And this one, the 5-star. This book is still selling. Wow. People still texting me and Facebooking me and Instagramming me and loving me like for this book, right? Loving Him and Losing Me. It's on Amazon, Nook, buy books on the web, and of course the author. But I just sold the last one. I love you, honey. Thank you for your support.
And you will be headlining the book fair. You will be headlining the book fair at Women's Month.
So I just want to say thank you.
I want to say, guys, ladies, I read these books. I didn't read this one, but I messed up. I read this one first. Boy, was I pissed. Yo, I was like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? What, is she crazy? And this is the girl that I met at the club. I met at the club. And after I read the book, I was like, yeah, okay, let me hurry up. Let me read this one. I read this one. Oh, my God. I was crying. I had a relationship with this book because I knew Cynthia inside and out. She put her whole story, her whole DNA. She put everything in this book right here. Everything is in here. You'll understand why she wrote the second book. You need it. That's why I end up liking both of them. I'm done with those books. I'm keeping them on my shelf because it's a keeper. You didn't sign it. You did? You did? Okay. I didn't read that part.
And she will be at my book fair.
I love you too, baby. I love you. I love you. Guys, give it up for Cynthia Turner. Give it up for Cynthia Turner. And don't forget to purchase her books. Purchase her books. Niece?
Can I do one thing?
Yes, you can.
I like somebody to come up here. Because when I first met her, right? No, not her. No. No, I love. We always get together. None but love. But this young lady, I met her. I was a new producer here at Brick, and her and I had clashed, and I didn't know why. And I just because I wanted to say something because I felt like it was petty and it was miscellaneous, and I should have been the bigger person. and I didn't. And I just want to say I love you, and I'm sorry. Can I have a hug?
Oh, that is so sweet.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's it.
Oh my God.
That's forgiveness.
Oh.
Power of forgiveness.
Woo.
That's how it is.
Oh. Yes, baby. Yes. 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 Oh gosh. This is what we do.
This is empowerment, ladies.
This is not a part of the show, but the Lord put me on my way to DC. And when I walked in, you didn't know, you just saw me, you were like, hey, and I'm just sitting there like the last time I seen her, like it was such a bad interaction that my heart was so heavy. It's not about you and I. It really has nothing to do with Mika and Cynthia. It has to do with your son. It has to do with the fact that I just lost my fiance September 1st. So you're grieving from a heavy heart. I'm grieving from a heavy heart. That pain never goes away.
And God put our
It
hearts
has
together.
nothing to do with what we went through.
That's right.
We needed to cross that path so that we can encounter each other to know exactly how strong we are. You are not the person that I met that day. This is not who I met. I love you. This is not the person I met out there. I love you.
Love on each other.
Oh man.
Benita, you gotta get this
Ooh.
picture.
Baby, I'm changing lives, honey. I'm here for a reason. Yes.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Girl, because I ain't getting no younger. One more.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
All right, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Girl, I'm staying. All right, boy, oh boy. I didn't know that was gonna happen, and it's still happening. Yes, thank you very much. I had left the studio because I wanted to give one back to you, Cynth.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Because I love you too. You have changed my life. You see what you're doing?
Oh, thanks, baby.
Okay? I wouldn't have gotten this if I didn't interview you, if I didn't meet you. I love you.
It's a love thing.
Boy,